Before this video starts, I want to give a special shout out to B+ Effort. He did this video far before me. So before this video starts, I have his link in the description. Go show him some love so he doesn't get mad at me for taking his idea. I tagged everyone in my Discord and I told you guys to give me your Multiversus hot takes. I'm going to read them and I'm going to let you know if it's approved by me or if it's denied. First of all, we have Biggleton. He says this game is fart. If I saw this about 2 weeks ago, I would 100% agree with you, but I really do think that Multiversus is on the upswing right now. However, if I didn't make YouTube videos, would I be playing Multiversus? Probably very intermittently. So you know what? This one is approved. Next up is Bunk Baby Ducks. He says revert Finn's Nair. I don't know where you got this idea, man. Finn is still absolutely nasty after the nerfs, and he's still a top tier in my opinion. Therefore, you must be a Finn main, and this is denied. Next up is Astro. He says Jason is underrated. Now, in terms of people using him, I don't know if I'd call him underrated. I think he is just boring and people recognize that he's boring. But in terms of where people would put him on the tier list, I 100% agree with you. People are going to say Jason is a C tier, a D tier, and as a top 50 Jason at this point, if you're putting Jason any lower than B tier, you have lost your mind. So this is approved. Next up is Bo SMH. He says this game does not last past season 3. This is a very interesting one because you're predicting the future, so I don't know if I can directly approve or deny this. However, the game is pretty much already dead at this point. If you look at the player charts on Steam, that is the best indicator we are going to get of how many people are actively playing. We are currently at about 1,500 and it is going lower and lower as time goes on. However, you will see it spike up every time a big update is released. So while technically Multiversus is already cooked, I'm gonna assume you're talking about the game shutting down entirely. And me personally, I think that is entirely dependent on how good season 3 is. So this take, I have no comment at all. Next up is Harrison. He simply says Morty needs nerfs. Now, to be completely honest with you, this is not a hot take. This is a casual take. Every single Multiversus player who still wears diapers has complained about Morty at some point. So not only is this a hot take, but it is simply wrong. Denied. The DS says give Finn gem back. This is a very interesting one right here, and I think it would promote some skill-based gameplay for Finn if they were to give him some other tweaks and give him the gem back. I think a lot of people who were playing Finn in the beta have gravitated to different characters for the fact that Finn has become a lot more two-dimensional, and it almost seems as if his gameplay is doing these same combos over and over, and the gem would definitely switch that up. This take is 100% approved. McKinnon, longtime member of the Verifam, says Shaggy is hard to play against top tier pros. A comma would have helped here a lot, McKinnon, but what I am assuming you are saying is that if you are a Shaggy player, you are going to have a hard time against pro players. And while I do agree that Shaggy does way too much damage and is way too well-rounded and is an absolutely brain-dead character, I will agree with you on this take for the simple reason that he is so slim that it makes his moves kind of frustrating to hit. So this take is hesitantly approved. Blarician says Jake is an S tier. This might be the first actual hot take of the video, and I know you're thinking you can just dismiss this and call it stupid right away, but I think you need to look at Jake players such as Musty Nobody. The truth is, if you show me a Jake player like J Mafia and try to say Jake is S tier, I'm going to clown on you. I'm going to call you stupid. But if you show me a Jake player who is biting people and spitting them off the map and killing them at 0, I'm going to probably agree with you on this. But all in all, Musty Nobody is the only Jake I've seen do that, and I have actually beat that guy before because I didn't allow him to bite me. So this take, while very interesting, I'm going to have to deny. Another very hot take here from Skywalker. He says this version of Multiversus is better than the beta. This is something I have thought for a long time now, but I have not said anything. And before you dismiss this and say that it's not a hot take, I promise you there is a lot of people out there who genuinely do believe that the beta was better. And truthfully, I don't understand how people think this. I think that they are blinded by nostalgia. If you look at old gameplay from the Multiversus beta, not only will you see that it is incredibly fast to the point where you're not even going to be able to think, you're just going to be spamming moves, but you're not going to be able to punish people's whiffs, and there was countless loops in the game. It seemed like every single character had a 0 to 5 million infinite. In my opinion, the beta was a way too fast, buggy mess, and it was 100% not better than the release that we have seen today. That being said, this take is approved. Now this one is definitely going to ruffle some feathers. We got Orlando coming in and he says stop adding DC characters. Wow, how could you say that, man? So many people care about DC characters. I am not one of those people. DC superheroes are absolutely trash. They're all boring. And I honestly think when a new character is announced for Multiversus and it turns out to be a DC character, that actually hurts the hype of the game, because people looking to see what that new character is will see that it's a DC character and they will fall asleep on the spot and never consider downloading Multiversus again. So this take with flying colors is approved. This guy says Gizmo is the #1 character in the game. I think over time, as Gizmo has got nerfed more and more, he's fell off of a lot of people's radars, but I still 100% recognize what this guy is trying to say. However, as much as I would like to agree with you, because I find Gizmo just as annoying as the next guy, we have Joker in the game right now, so this opinion is not only denied, but as long as Joker is in the position that he is, it is a wrong take. And speaking of Joker, next up we got Zolvi. He says Joker isn't as broken as people say he is. Now this take is probably the worst that we have read in this entire video. Joker has a jab that will do about 60 damage to you if he can land the combo. He has his side special, which is like a 6-frame kill confirm. He has a projectile that is literally unavoidable and sometimes kills completely dependent on his RNG. Joker has 100% without a doubt the best up tilt in the entire game, as well as the best up air in the entire game. His up special leads to some 0 to death combos. His down special has a completely irrational hitbox that will easily suck you into some 70 damage combos like it's nothing. Joker is for sure, without a doubt, the best character in the entire game, and it isn't even a question. So this take is denied. All right, next up we got a pretty crazy one from Lil, I think. At Veriflied, the game should release characters more frequently if they're not taking the time to fix the game. This way, they can increase the player base and not lead the game to die. Now, I do believe that this is a hot take because I really don't see a lot of people hating on the devs of Multiversus. However, not very long ago, we saw a span in which Multiversus did not update the game for I think 3 weeks. So taking that into account, if they're not updating the game, if they're taking their sweet time doing that, I 100% agree with you that they need to add more characters. I also believe that the road to success for Multiversus is adding as many big names as they possibly can. And if they were to release, say, 2 characters a season, I believe this game would be a lot bigger than it is right now. Therefore, I 100% agree with you. This take is approved. Kane says if the players controlled the balancing of the game, it would be completely balanced. I 100% could not disagree more. And the reason for that is the casual community has no clue what they are talking about. I think that if players controlled the balancing of Multiversus, the first thing that we would see is Jason becoming by far, no question, the best character in the game, because that is the character that the casuals like the most, followed by Batman getting buffed even though he's already broken. And then I think on top of that, the casual players might even buff Joker after that. And then the casuals would think that they are in tune with the competitive community when they did something like buff Velma, but at the end of the day, they would just buff her too hard to the point where she would not only be an annoying projectile spammer like she already is, but she would be absolutely broken. So I could not disagree with this take more. I think if the players controlled balancing of this game, or any game for that matter, we would see a whole lot of casual garbage gameplay. This take is denied. JDRZ then hops into the hot takes channel and says, anyone mind hopping into Rift with me real fast? Just need 1 more star. Not only are you in the wrong Discord channel, but you are playing Rifts in 2024? Get ready for my hot take. Rifts is absolutely garbage. Approved. Approved. Leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new. We are 70 subscribers away from 10K. I would really appreciate if y'all show some love on the video. See y'all later, man.